Mogadishu guys. They know more than anybody else what you're about to walk into.
My son was born, everything was good, and then some complications occur with my wife. Black Suburban pulls up with the sergeant major of the training, who was a team leader in Mogadishu. And he's like, "Where's Spooner?" "Yeah, I'm fired." "Okay, your wife's okay, but she's in the hospital. Go take care of business, go take care of your family, keep me updated." His wife is taking care of my wife. I start laughing at the dude. "Do you want one of my kids?" He's like, "Hey man, just throw chem lights and try to keep up."
Especially with the guys that are putting you through. I mean, the Mogadishu guys, Tom Satterley and his boys. And we've interviewed Tom.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what was... And then knowing they know more than anybody else what you're about to walk into.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I would think that that had to be fucking tough.
Yeah, man.
I mean, those had to be some hard men to please. And I would imagine that did it seem like they just despise you? Like there's no way that you could ever rise to their expectation to be able to work alongside with them?
Wasn't that at all?
No shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, they were super tough at upholding the standard. So there wasn't any extra, like the standard was so hard, number one. But now the intensity level has gone up. Maybe it's always been that way. You know what I mean? I don't know. I only know my class and the classes after that I was cadre on. But it was like that level of intensity of the focus on the standard of doing it right, man, was off the charts. And we had a really small group.
How many?
Like, there was probably 10 to 12 guys in my little group, you know, so there was almost a one-to-one instructor. Like you weren't getting away with nothing. And they were not going to send a product to, like all of those guys had already, obviously, their instructor status now. They had spent, you know, years on the teams. Like they're not sending any shit back to their friends. So there's that aspect of it too. Like, because there's a good chance that they'll be working with them. You know what I mean? Because after they finish that time as being an instructor, they're going right back. You know, so that's what keeps it so fresh. So, yeah, it was super intense, man. And then so it was the normal pressure and then the self-imposed pressure. Because here I am now, another Super Bowl win, right? Like, now I'm going through the gate of this compound that I've been around for 11 years. And I'm actually going through the gate. So for a little while, and the intensity and every week they made a decision where you were staying or not. I mean, that was common knowledge. They had a little meeting, and with the instructors, it was whether you were staying or not. And there were guys getting chipped off, you know what I mean? And then, I mean, just because you made it through that, so if you had to make it through the last board at the end, you know what I mean? It was intense, but I loved it. You know what I mean? And again, it was during that time. So that was just amazing. Right. And so back to month 2, you know, basically of it, January timeframe. My son was born in the middle of January. Right. So and during that time in the training course, you know, it was a lot of basic stuff that they're doing at the time because they're getting the whole group up to speed. Because, you know, they're pulling from guys with all different backgrounds, you know what I mean? So they're setting everybody up for success along the way. So there's a lot of stuff marksmanship wise that I was already good at and a lot of things. So my son was born, and so awesome, you know what I mean? 2-year-old infant, you know, newborn, and wife, everything's good. You know, have a little bit of time to take care of that. Then family's coming in to help take care of, you know, obviously very planned for because I got to be in this course, you know what I mean? So it was all good. Everything was good. And then some complications occur with my wife. She has very hard time with pregnancies. And so, but that was mostly during pregnancy. And this was post. So usually no problems after that. Well, I don't know that there's a problem. I'm on the range. Black Suburban pulls up, you know, with the sergeant major of the training, you know what I mean? Who was a team leader in Mogadishu, by the way. So that whole crew, you know what I mean? So he shows up and he's like, "Yeah, where's Spooner?" yeah, I'm fired. You know what I mean? Like, the sergeant major doesn't come,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, at the range and ask for, like, for only one reason, you're out of here. So I get in and he don't say shit. He's like, yeah, get in. And we get in, and I'm like, I'm fired, you know what I mean? He's like, hey, your wife's okay, but she's in the hospital. There's been some complications. She's stable, but, you know, there's a lot going on. He's like, so you're going to take this Suburban, you're going to take this cell phone, because 2001 time frame, right? So we don't have iPhones and all that. You know, you're going to take this cell phone, go take care of business, go take care of your family, keep me updated. Fuck out of here. And so I do, you know what I mean? Roger that, thanks, Armin. You know what I mean? And I go. But in my mind, I'm like, what? Where am I? You know what I mean? Like, what? Who does this? Like, I'm in a course that you can't miss any time, man. I haven't even made it, you know what I mean, through the first month, and now this is going on. Whatever. So go through, and, you know, it was a lot of complications. We got septic. There was, you know, different things that had happened, and it took a few days to get stable. So, I mean, I missed a couple of days, you know what I mean? Because I got a newborn, a 2-year-old, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on. And so I was like, hey, whatever. I know my priorities are straight, you know what I mean? The family is first in this scenario, you know what I mean, versus the school. And we were just taking care of it. I'm heading. So we get it all settled in again. And after a couple of days, and I go back to work, you know, I keep Sergeant Major updated. Everything's good. Back to work. And then it was after work this time, she ended up having to go again to the hospital. You know what I mean? So it was another little stint. And so it was a lot going on, right? And so I know, I'm like, man, I'm going to get at best recycled. You know, and here I am again, like my little scenario. It's not me this time, it's a family situation, but it's like same kind of scenario where, like, at best I'm going to get recycled. If not, like, hey man, you can't handle your own family problems, you probably don't need to be in this unit. You know what I mean, kind of deal. So anyway, I call the Sergeant Major up and say, hey, Sergeant Major, everything's settled. Like, he's like 100%. He said, don't call me until, because she, you know, she went and had to go back. He's like, okay, like, make sure it's settled before you call me back again. Like, take the time, make sure your family's good. The support is there that you need, whatever you need. Meanwhile, this dude is, number one, taking care of me by allowing me to do that stuff. And his wife is taking care of my wife. Like, she's we don't know this. These people. They haven't said this, but without saying it, they didn't need to. Is like, yeah, this is how we handle people here, our people. You know what I mean? It's like, it's fucking bizarro world to me. And it's like calling my wife, checking on my wife. Like, who the fuck is she? Like, it almost weirded me out a little bit. Like, what the fuck's in it for them? You know what I mean? Because I'm just, but it was just like, so I call Sergeant Major up, say like, hey, yeah, it's good. I was like, we're good, we're solid, and I'm waiting for him just to tell me. He just didn't want to hurt my feelings along the way, you know, like, hey, we want to recycle you into the next class. You've missed 6 days of training now, you know. And he's like, okay, you get settled, yeah, good. He's like, all right, go to Raleigh. There'll be because my guys, they were doing training out at Campbell with aircraft, you know, and it's like, hey, your team's already out at Campbell. There's a plane ticket waiting for you in Raleigh. Pick up a ticket, get on the plane, meet up with your team, continue with training. I started laughing at the dude. I started laughing, and he's like, what? And I was like, hey, Sergeant Major, like, do you want one of my kids? Like, what? No one does. Like, what do you mean? Like, he was supposed to tell me, like, no, I'm recycling, you know, and he's telling me to continue with the training, you know, and I was like, you want one of my kids or something? He laughs a little bit, you know, and he's like, hey, he's like, hey man, it's just the right thing to do. I'm like, why's that? I'm like, what the fuck, man? Who is this? I haven't even made it. You know what I mean? And like, they're taking of me like I'm a unit member. You know what I mean? Like I'm.
Your mindset is, I don't deserve this treatment. Yet.
Exactly. And they're like, hey, yeah, this, as if, you know, and here's another example of like this next level of brotherhood, this next level of care for the family. You know what I mean? This like, okay, I'm in a different spot. and this is and these are with these guys, you know what I mean? So it bursts that bubble or begins to burst some of the bubble that, hey, to be a badass commando, you got to drink and tear up, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, some of them do. And again, I'm not judging, but then there's also a large group that they don't.
Time doesn't slow down, and really, you shouldn't either. We all sit around and say, oh, I'll get to that later, but some things shouldn't wait, like protecting your family's financial future. Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance you can get done today. It's made for busy parents like you, all online on your schedule, right from your couch. You could be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required. Fabric has flexible, high-quality policies that fit your family and your budget, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. If you have kids, and especially if you're young and healthy, the time to lock in low rates is now. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/SRClips. That's meetfabric.com/SRClips. meetfabric.com/SRClips. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions.
They're just total badasses anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was meeting all these different kind of dudes and everything, So my wife's better, everything's good, make it through the course. Yeah. So I'm in,
Well, what did it feel like getting through that course?
Man,
what to graduate when you're done? In 9/11, you're the first class to graduate OTC at Delta.
I hadn't thought of that till you just said it.
Post 9/11.
Yeah.
The longest war in U.S. history.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I was fucking pumped.
What did they say to you?
Welcome.
That's
to
it.
The team. Yeah, man. Like, here's your team room. Here's your team sergeant. Let's get to. In typical fashion, it's like, hey, great job.
No, hold on tight. It's going to be a wild ride.
Oh, no. So then whenever it comes, and now then you get with the team, right? And so that was the next kind of cup check, sanity check for me was like, how good can these guys really be?
What squadron did you go to?
I was A. Yeah.
A?
So it's like, hey, how good could these guys be? Because I've been doing CQB, NSF for a while, been to CQB schools and stuff. It's like now OTC level. It's like, and that which up the game. It's like, can they really be that much faster and that much better? Like, because I don't have a point of reference, you know what I mean? And I'm a little bit arrogant guy myself, and so when you get to the team and then my 2IC, he says to me, it's like, hey, when we're going on team runs, doing CQB in the buildings, he's like, hey, man, just throw chem lights and try to keep up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, watch, me being my little bit of arrogance, like, you know how good I am? You know what I mean? It's like, and so what did I do for the next few weeks? Throw chem lights and try to keep up. You know what I mean? Because it was, these guys have been working together. Like, as you experience, you get on a team and these dudes have been doing it at this level together for this. Like, there's intuitive shit they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They just see how he's leaning and he knows what he's doing already. Like, these guys know each other in the house, under nods. Like, it's incredible. So there I am again, just trying to keep up, man. I'm always going for the title, man. And it's like, but in that crew of men, in that crew of warrior like that, man, it was like, holy crap, man. Let me just be amongst them, and have a decent reputation amongst them. Like, that was like the goal. I mean, some days you'd win, be on top, but then you knew that they were coming. It was that healthy competitiveness, man, where it was just like, it was incredible. It just created this fighting force that was unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. And now I was part of it, man. So I was ecstatic. And again, with my belief system in place is that, okay, if I'm not supposed to be here, I wouldn't have made it. So I'm supposed to be here, so be all in. Until I'm not, like, living moment at the moment, living in the present, living in the day, having in the plan, and, like, learn your job, get to work, and, like, let's go. And let's go to war, man. Like, I am You know what I mean? I spent 11 years, you know what I mean? Like my whole life for this moment.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously there was some naive to that, because I mean I experienced some of it in the Gulf War, but just a taste, you know. So there was a little bit of naive of what that meant, but I kind of knew what it meant, you know. And I was, again, now I'm almost 12 years in. A lot of hard stuff. I was pretty hardened, trained, hardened mind, body, and spirit dude. You know, like I was about as prepared as you can get to go to war.
How long was it after you graduated OTC before you went out the door on your first deployment?
2 months.
That's it.
2, maybe 3.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.